Boop 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 boop. Late-ish for me night stream. Just a little one. Gonna do the thing. Gonna play the game. Hooray. Hooray. Gotta make sure everything's happy. Yep, looks like everything's happy. Hey wifey, are you in here yet? So you can tell me if the sound is good. Wifey fun. Ha. Twitch thinks you're in here. Hooray! Tell me things. Am I too quiet? Is my volume okay? What are we gonna do today? It's MSQ time! Woohoo! Cause I finished the role quests that made me cry a lot! Oh man, I had so many feelings. There was a lot of feelings. So many feelings. Twitch, why are you unstable? Twitch tells me it is unstable. I'm gonna run an ad and poke Twitch and see if I can figure out why it's upset with my life choices. Yeah. Volume is great. Oh, it says the ad happened. Oh, but Twitch still tells me the ad hasn't happened. Twitch. What are you doing? What are you doing? Hi, Grumpy. I'm gonna play the game that makes me cry a lot. Let's go. Yay. Oh no, my face isn't here. What did I do? I broke it. I broke it. Okay. Not this one. Have good sleep, Scrumps. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for tuning in. It's nice. I'm just doing a little thing. What is going on? Oh, I was over there for some reason. Success! Yay, I need to make an actual overlay at some point. Anyway. I can't hear the game. Did I break it? I'm good at breaking things. Uh-oh. Headphones? They're on. Oh, I turned the volume like, wait, oh, that's way too loud. There we go. That should be alright. Alright. Sleep well. Here, actually, this one's easier to see. Much love to the Grumplet and the Mrs. Grumps. Rest is so important. Twitch is convinced an ad is about to start. Game volume is a bit low, but no one is. Hey, it's you! Awesome! I haven't caught your stream in a while either. This is exciting. Also, what? How did you find me? Well, I guess you just found me. I'm gonna play some game. It's the game where I am small and I talk to lots of people who are tall, and it's fun. And thank you for tuning in. Okay, I'm gonna go cry at Echoes of a Fallen Star. Let's go to the Crystarium. Is there an ad? Is there actually an ad, or is it like lying to me? Because wifey said there was an ad a little bit ago. I need to know, is there actually an ad? Okay. Alright. That's noted. Come larger. Whee. Oh no, that's not right. Complete all. Yes. Okay. things work. Okay. I met you. Alright, I don't know how that works. Alright, I return! Yay! Okay, cool. I'm done. Alrighty, let's go. My feelings. I need to ruin them. Oh, here, let's be Reaper so I'll be fast. I'm not really that much faster. Let's be White Mage, because, I don't know, I like this outfit a lot. Alright, Reen. It did remind me of it. I mean, all the fear and the sadness. Unsettling though this is, I'm certain our friends in the guard will use the echo well. Or with good intentions, at least. And there he goes again. Though I don't suppose he would have given us an honest answer about his history had he stayed.
Though I like not what it portendeth, having been treated to so unambiguous a demonstration, I cannot well conclude aught but that star showers are indeed instrumental in awakening the echo. Yet we need not attribute such credence to all that Elizabeth hath claimed. That he too seeketh this star's salvation for one.
Okay, I know.
The more Elizabeth reveals, the less I understand. That he has made a fine mess of things is plain.
Cutscene!
He is gone then.
Time to do all the voices.
I've managed to persuade a number of our would-be deserters to reconsider, or at least delay their departure, but as many are deaf to my entreaties.
Uh-oh. There's a problem.
Young Thaler and Vonard among them, I am sorry to say. They have quit the guard. I don't have quite the right voice for him. Nevertheless, I wish them well. Whatever Elidibus's plans for them might be, the pair have only ever had the best of intentions.
That's fair.
One can hardly blame them for thinking themselves heroes elect, not after having been blessed with the echo. And it's not as if they haven't shown the requisite spirit. I don't have the right voice for Thancred either right now.
Brain meats. Do the voices.
I quite agree, though the impetus for their sudden departure may have been words falsely spoken. The men and women in whose footsteps they would follow are heroes in truth, warriors of light, Ardbert, yourself most of all.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would ask a favour of you. Speak with them ere they depart and embark on their journey, and furnish them with what wisdom you can. They've set off for the Amaro launch, but you should still be able to catch them if you leave now.
Aww. Even though they're leaving him in the lurch, he still wants to make sure they're okay, Graha. You're so good.
Worth the effort, I'd say. If I recall correctly, the elder Seedseer took the time to usher you out into the wider world many moons ago.
She did! Kanisena. She did. She was worried about us.
I think that comparison rather flatters Thaler and Varnard, but the point still stands. They would doubtless be greatly encouraged with the warrior of darkness himself to see them off.
Yeah.
If thou art willing, I prithee go. Thou mayest safely leave the task of unfolding that which did transpire at Anamnesis to us.
Okay. Let's go. We're gonna do some more of this single-player RPG that's totally not an MMO. It's an MMO. It's just also a really good RPG game. What's the fastest way over there? The fastest way over there is to run over to this crystal here and teleport to there, because that's upstairs. And if I try to get there any other way, I will get lost, because this place is somewhat labyrinthian. Just that's not the right one. I want that one. Amaro lunch. Okay. We are navigating. Also, I've moved my camera accidentally. Don't mind me. This is what happens when you put your camera on top of random stuff. Which is to say, my backup monitor that lets me see chat. Sailor.
You again? Oh, I mean, it's you, sir. Sorry. It's been a funny old day.
Fair enough, friend. Hey, you gotta be careful. Don't get smashed.
You can be sure we'll take those words to heart.
Dangerous to go alone. Let me give you soup.
I still can't believe it. You're coming all this way just to speak to us. I swear we won't let you down. So long as it helps someone, we'll do what needs doing out there, no matter how small.
Yeah.
And when larger threats loom, we'll be ready to face them. You see if we aren't.
Okay. The path shall ever be revealed to those who are true of heart. Or, well, what are you waiting for? Get out there. Nah, I believe in them. We're going to say the cryptic, mystic-y thing. The path shall ever be revealed to those who are true of heart.
We'll be off then. Farewell, warrior of darkness, and thank you.
Be safe out there, guys. Yeah, let's watch them go. We got this. They got this. Beep, boop, boop, doop, boop, boop, doop, boop. Okay, now what? Talk to the Exarch, who's back in his ocular. Who's this person it says I need to talk to? I have a question marker over you. Encumbered Amaro Tamer.
Roped into one of Pitrick's surveys, were you? We'll try to keep this brief then, for both of our sakes. And anyway, you're likely already aware that Amaro are vital in the distribution and transport of goods, fleet and hardy as they are. They can't transport as much in one go as a chocobo-drawn carriage, of course, but the time saved by their ability to fly more than makes up for that. There's no faster way to get something to the settlements and fortifications in Lakeland than by Amaro, that's for certain. You stand now in the primary area for loading goods for transport, and as you can see, the launch platform extends behind me.
Oh, my phone's going off. Hello, time. I see you are passing. I hear you. I understand. Go away. I don't need to know about time.
If you want the Amaro to carry you rather than a parcel, that can be arranged here as well. You need only speak to the tamers at the counter. In fact, if you've not had the opportunity to ride an Amaro, I wholeheartedly recommend that you do so while here. It's more comfortable than it looks owing to the softness of their coats. Take that as my parting advice to you.
Yay. No, wait. I'm being distracted. Don't be distracted. Don't be distracted. You can focus for a little bit. Okay. We're running over here. We are teleporting to the docile gate. And then we are gonna go bother the Exarch. And he is gonna tell us stuff. Okay, wife is tucking in the childy bean. Reach, how are you if you're still here? I hope you're doing well. I haven't caught your streams in a bit. I think you've been streaming. My, ability to catch streams is kind of random. The notifications do pop up on my phone, but I only see them if I'm, looking at it when they pop up. And then, my computer is kind of a hot mess. Blah, blah, blah.
Crystarium Gatekeep. Do your business with the Crystal Exarch. Just say the word and I'd be happy to escort you to the Acula.
I don't know where we went with that voice. On an adventure. Okay. I'll do the side quest. Backlog! I was so deeply immersed in my research that I entirely failed to notice the star shower. Bugger.
Thou art returned, and at a most opportune time. We have but this moment concluded our account of all that came to pass in the deep.
Rolling in the deep.
You caused quite a stir when you set forth as Elder Seedseer's newly anointed envoy, you know. Minfilia was delighted. The world is ever in need of heroes, she said. I take it they were suitably inspired.
That wasn't Alphinaud's voice. Oh, me. Honestly, don't listen to all this prattle about the life-changing importance of your words to impressionable young heroes. You could nod mutely in their general direction and they'd still be inspired. Alice, I love you. Reen. This land is our home, and it is we who must protect it. Even if he didn't believe a word he was saying, and it's all part of some terrible scheme, it's hard not to take his message to heart. Politicians. I mean Asians. Terrible eldritch horrors from beyond time and space who are totally just people. Jerk butt people. Anyway. Moving right along. Crystal Exarch.
Thank you for making the effort. I'm certain your words will be a boon to them. While you were away, the others told me of your investigation. We have yet to discuss how to proceed, however.
Boop, 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 boop. Dun, 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 dun. Alright. How much is wife gonna miss? I don't know how much wife is gonna miss. Oh well.
While your findings in Anamnesis and Ida do raise
Good timing.
important questions as to the identity of our adversary, we are no closer to discerning his design, nor do I know of any other potential avenue of investigation. For which reason, we must needs trust to Ishtola's ingenuity and wait for her efforts to revive the ancient's device to bear fruit.
Ishtola is back in the creepy place.
What if I were to attempt to follow the emissary? Elusive as he is, his plan compels him to court public attention. He shouldn't be impossible to find.
Ingrid, you're a problem child. Also, he wore you like a meat suit, so you need to be careful about that.
Especially for one of your experience, it does seem worth the attempt.
Then I'll come with you. Safety in numbers.
In combat, perhaps. But where stealth is required, the opposite is true. Happily, I don't plan on getting myself caught, so you've no need to worry.
What part of he wore you like a meat suit have you forgotten?
Nor do I intend to vanish for moons on end. We still have the empty to attend to, don't we?
It's true. Alright, then I look forward to your return. And then it sounds like the rest of us should avoid doing anything which might prompt Elidibus to look too closely at our movements. Insofar as it's possible, I recommend we limit our activities to the Crystarium.
Okay. Speaking of which, Exarch, might I ask if you've made any progress with the spirit vessel? Of course. We are presently studying the principles underpinning memory transference and, I believe, nearing the requisite level of understanding. Less hearteningly, practical trials of transparent methods suited for use with the vessel have yet to yield satisfactory results, to put it mildly.
Whose brain did you wipe? But there are still many promising possibilities we have yet to test. Oh, good.
Indeed. Though it may take some time yet, we are well on our way to a solution. And I shall not rest until one is found.
Okay, but don't go insane from lack of sleep, okay?
Though we are all grateful for thine unstinting efforts, thou needst not labour to the exclusion of all else. If it would serve to lighten thy burden, however little, I should gladly offer mine assistance.
Be nerds together. Oriange loves nerding up.
Quite. I, for my part, will do what I can to ensure that the Crystorium continues to run smoothly, in spite of recent disruptions.
Good job, Alfie. Then perhaps I could help. There must be something I can do, even if it's just guard duty. Yeah, Reen.
Thank you, all of you. I shall breathe easier for your assistance. Of course, on the evidence of the recent past, it will not be long before some new crisis arrives to throw our plans into disarray, at which time your services will be in particular demand. That being the case, perhaps you might take this opportunity to retire to your suite at the Pendants.
Yeah, we can go take a nap. I mean a cutscene. I mean a nap. Okay. Let's go. Fidgeting while reading. There's different things to say now. They probably do. There's lots of little details like that. Never fear, I too will continue to assist the Exarch to the best of my ability. And if that means casting the odd sleeping charm, so be it.
One of these methods will work. It must.
You'll be okay. You got this.
Of course I don't wish to worry Lina. She has more than enough to worry about already, but I swore that I would return you all home.
I can already come and go. We'll get the others too.
All right, fine. I will henceforth endeavour to take breaks when appropriate, while Lina is watching.
I did, I think. I was pretty sure I did. Complete class and job quests. Role quests. Rank role quests. Shadow walk with me. Yep. Completed. Unless there's another one after that, but I didn't see anything pop up. Should I Google? I can Google. Or you can Google for me while I talk to these people. I will accompany my brother and make sure he doesn't get carried away. You will do as you're told and get some rest. Both of you. Honestly, he's a danger to himself. If I were Lina, I think I would have hit him over the head with a blunt object by now. At least then he'd lie down. Glorious. Thank you, Alice. Thank you. I know that's so congested. I should have muted the microphone for that. Sorry!
Ought we to inform the citizens that the star shower was an illusion, do you think? They might sleep better for the knowledge that no damage was done.
There's so much to be done and so little I can do to help. But you can count on me to play my part at the empty.
There is sure to be no shortage of potential heroes upon whose good nature Elidibus will try to prevail. The trick will be in anticipating which settlement he'll direct his attentions toward next.
Alright. We leaving. Bye! I'm going to go take a nap. It's nappy nap time. Nappity nap 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 nap. Nap 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 time. Nippity nap nappity noo. What are we thinking? What can we do? Beep. Where's the land of napping? Over there. To the land of sleeps.
Have you heard the good news about Ben? This is your captain speaking, reminding you that your body can only do so much, and certain processes only complete while you are asleep. So if you are tired, you should go and lie down, close your eyes, and sleep.
A 10. Bye. Manager of Suites.
A pleasure as always, Master Gorelai. I'm relieved to see you are unharmed in the earlier commotion. Though if I may, you do look somewhat weary. I presume you will be retiring to your suite?
Go take napping new.
Very good. Do let me know if there's anything you require.
Look, you've already got like sandwiches and stuff all over. I think we good. I think we good. It's quiet without Albert. Wait a second. Do I still have that game running? I do. The game that's not a game. The to-do list game. Still sleeping. Taking a nap in my clothes. I forgot to swap into pajamas. Hello, me. No Ardbert to talk to in our noggins. No other soul. That is also me. What's going on? Tea? Herb tea's a good idea. To climb on the chair. They definitely modified that for Lala's. That's great. Oh, water. Water is smart. Water is important. Hydrate or dihydrate. What?
Master Gorelai, it's Glynard from the Wandering Stairs. I apologize for calling so late.
Is this the big kitty man? It is. No, it's the big Rogadine man. I forget what they call them here. Hello.
A friend of yours was asking after you. You may remember them from that business with the cardinal virtues.
Yeah. Which of my friends? I have a bunch of friends. Cranson, Jot, Lurik, Tainer, Ciela. Who would ask after me? Let's see if it's Jot. It is Jot! Do you get to pick? Lolly how, stranger? Do you get to pick? I'm gonna have to read you this cutscene if you get to pick. Talkies. So there I am, minding my own business, quaffing my ale, when I hear a ruckus outside, and then clear as day, boy of light. Oh man. That sounded like trouble to me, and I knew that if anyone was going to trouble himself with that trouble, it'd be you. So I gave Glynard the old, but I'm your best customer routine until he agreed to bring me here. Now I know where you live. Great, ain't it? I didn't know there were limited options. What's going on? Are we telling her the dirt? But look, it's gotta be dwarfs first. I mean Lala's. Some bastards walking around wearing oddbut. Lamb, it's oddbut, like a second-hand jerkin. Yeah. I don't know what's more offensive. That, or that you let him leave without a proper dwarven decking. A certain Hobson refused to teach me. Ah, in a pinch, an improvised decking would have been fine. Tell you what, I'll show you how to knock that bastard flat in the blink of an eye here and now. Taboos be damned. After all, we ain't about to let him keep on like that, are we? Pretending to be Ardbert. Damn it's Ardbert. Nah. Yeah, no, I'm going to be redoing this with all the different characters because I want to know what they all yell about. Step 1. Make a fist. Step 2. Extend your arm like so. Step 3. Beat him in the face. Right, she said beat him in the face. Beat him senseless, got it? Good, now make me proud. Anyway. I panicked and I'm going to need to redo that scene. Because I want to know what everybody says in that scene. I didn't know that it was, you had to pick one. I thought they were all going to show up. Meanwhile, in the Crystal Towers umbilicus. Nerds are nerding. Oh, don't break.
Foiled again. If I cannot imbue the infernal thing with my power via magical means, we may need to devise a way to infuse the vessel with my blood after all.
Gory.
Oh.
We're gonna snooze the ad.
Art thou unwell?
Or perhaps a brief respite? It wouldn't do to overtax yourself.
I'm fine.
Liar.
And given to stubbornness, I'm afraid. Especially when I have a stake in the outcome.
Ah, Sundere, Yandere, why are you in the memory? Creepy Mickey, what have you done? Creepy Mickey. Watching them stars fall. That's the character who says, like, be my friend, stab me in the face, and I'll stab you. He's an experience.
The dream again.
Meanwhile, in the source...
A recurring dream. They do so fascinate me. Might I trouble you for the details?
Who are you wearing? You're an Athian, right?
I have always dreamed of it. Fire falling from the heavens, and the city, nay, the whole world ablaze.
Indeed. Could Emmett Selk have found a way? Precious few possess memories of the final days.
The final days.
Elidibus. Got a new outfit.
Why, yes. Admittedly, my knowledge is mostly second-hand, but if you are interested, I will gladly tell you the tale. The tale of the world's end.
Okay. Good. That's a creepy smile. Not digging that. Nope. Way more heroes. Achievement unlocked. Hooray. Okay, there's an ad that wants to run. So let me just run it and get it over with. Thanks for sticking around through the ads. They're not super long. They're a minute and a half long. Actually, let me talk to the manager first. Take this quest. The manager of Sweets is looking a little anxious. I can always sneeze again if I need to.
Oh, Master Gorlai, will you be venturing forth today? Do be sure to take care of so. Though they say the star shower was harmless, one can never be too careful. But I concede it is not for me to tell the warrior of darkness how to look after himself. Old habits, you understand?
Yeah.
Ah, Jacobi, how very opportune!
Wait.
Ah, it's you. Greetings, my friend. Do you perchance have a moment to spare?
Morin, the archivist. The librarian. Tell me things. Story time?
Wonderful, wonderful. I wanted to thank you, you see, for revealing to us the truth of the Warriors of Light. After all these years, your tales set the record straight. Finally, the people see them as the great heroes they were. Or the great hero he is in the case of Ardbert. You too were surprised to see him, I think.
Yup. 'Cause that's a corpsicle. Being a meat suit.
At the time, I was not certain what to make of it all, but I could see the effect his words had on those around me. And then the stars rained down from the sky and, well, you know the rest.
Okay.
When the commotion died down, you were nowhere to be seen, but I was determined to express my gratitude, and so here I am. Thank you, Jacobi, for giving voice to the truth, and restoring the Warriors of Light to their rightful place in history. Should you perhaps wish to have your account of these matters committed to writing, I'd be more than willing to serve as your scribe. Indeed, if there's anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only say the word.
Okay. Oh, wait. Snooze. Ah, my phone boot talk. I need to mute G-chat on my computer. What can you tell me about the Warriors of Light now? Tell me what the situation is like in the city. Is this the final quest of 5.2 Wifey Pond?
The situation in the city? Do you mean the people's awakening as Warriors of Light? Well, while questions remain about the circumstances surrounding Ardbert's return, history tells us that what took place may not be entirely unprecedented.
Oh, that's slightly terrifying. You have corpses of your old heroes show up and... Okay.
But to understand that requires an understanding of Warriors of Light in a broader Randic context. If it please you, I should be glad to provide an overview. I flatter myself that it may grant you a better grasp of that which is occurring not only in the Crystarium, but the world at large.
Okay. Interesting.
Excellent. I shall return to the cabinet at once and look up the relevant texts. Pray join me at your earliest convenience. No rest for the righteous, it would seem. Do not let me keep you, sir. I bid you a pleasant day.
Thanks, Rando. Quest accepted. Wife, you were telling me things. What were you telling me? This is the first of... Okay. So now it is time to go to Eden. Alright. I'm gonna get my butt over there then. And ignore this. Where is Eden? Somewhere in Norbrand. Mute? It's near the inn. I'll go to the inn and go from there. This is the first of 5.3. Okay. I'm gonna run the ad and get my butt over to Eden. Come to me, vehicle. Sorry, kitten. Now I shall drive the correct way. No feet on pedals. Who needs pedals? Nobody needs pedals. Woohoo. Flight is great. Boop. Sky slipper. Journey into the empty. We go in. I'm in the empty. Oop, I fell off. Aesthetics. Good aesthetics. Am I wrong? Marduk! I'm in the wrong place. Oops. Oop. And you're back! Thank you for letting me know I went to the wrong place. I mean, you know, going to utterly the wrong place does mean I can't accidentally click on anything that would be like, make you miss stuff. So, it could be worse. I only got a little lost. Luri! Is that what I need? Or away with the fairy? I seem similarly scrutinized, Jacob. How may I be of service? Talk about Reen's first report. Ooh, stretching. Information regarding the work being carried out in the empty is treated with the utmost secrecy. To avoid it falling into the wrong hands, we limit the keeping of records and such to the bare minimum. Minimum. No, insides. Don't be inky. Having said that, it does become rather difficult to keep track of the supplies that we deliver. So I have asked Reen to provide reports on your activities. Okay. The first such report will cover the time from your arrival in the empty to your battle with Titan. Though, truth be told, I cannot help feeling that this was rather a large burden to place on Reen. No doubt she has enough on her plate as it is. Yuck. Hey, Reen. Louie, I did what you asked. Yay. Oh, Jacobi. Just the person I was hoping to see. Alright, what's up, kiddo? Oh, is that so? Well, before we go any further, please allow me to take receipt of the report. Report handed over. And I hope you do not think it impertinent of me to ask, but what business might you have with Jacobi? Actually, I brought something to show you. What is it? Is it a mystery? It's a shiny. Thancred and Urianger brought this back from Eden's core. If you look closely, you can see images of your battles in the empty. Urianger seems to think they are Eden's memories, captured in crystal form. Would you like to see? Cutscenes! Wild. As you gaze into the crystal, visions of previous struggles race through your mind, with an intensity that far exceeds anything you have experienced. I think we're finding an answer to how to help our friendies.
What's wrong? Different from how you remember it. How odd. What could cause Eden's memories to become so distorted?
Well, we've been extracting and realigning enormous amounts of aether. Maybe that affected the crystal in some way?
Even so, I expect we can find a use for this extraordinary artifact.
I think I have an idea. Although it shows images of things that never actually happened, studying them may help us to prepare for the challenges we'll face in the future.
Not a bad idea, kiddo.
Speaking of studying, Oriange's given me a few tomes to read through before our next expedition. I'd best get back to it, but I'll be seeing you again soon.
Okay. So I guessed wrong. But that was still interesting, so I don't hate it. Eden's Gate Savage, now accessible. Cool. Away with the fairy. Yalvard has arrived in moored suit bearing pertinent information. Oh yeah, there's a picture of Eden, so... Alright.
Information.
Ah, there you are. I'm part of the team helping with the highly classified and very, very secret thing. The fact of the matter is, I've come to inform you of a rather interesting development. It's about the girl who was brought back from the empty. She's finally woken up, you see.
How's she doing? Yelfert, and Jacobi too. Hey Reed, long time no speaks.
Sorry I distracted you from your book.
We heard the news from Thancred, is it true?
Why, yes, it most certainly is. Apparently, her name is Gaia. She claims to be a free citizen of Yulmore, although she remembers nothing of the events leading up to her attack on Eden. Oh. Gaia and Eden is an interesting combo.
She's lost her memory.
Parts of it at the very least. We also cannot be sure whether she's telling the truth or if it's merely a ruse. She's yet to display any hostility, which is encouraging, I suppose. Yeah? It's got promise.
And Thancred's with her now, is he?
Yes, he's taken her to Yulmore, mainly to verify what she's told us so far. With the locals, that sort of thing. After that, the plan is to come back here, though they're taking rather longer than I anticipated. I do hope nothing is amiss. Uh-oh. Quest accepted. That go to Yulmore? Good grief, are you always this slow? Or good grief, are you always this slow? Let's find out.
And this girl, okay. At this rate, it'll be dark again before we know it. The night sky returning is all well and good, but it does make each day seem awfully short. And are you still dragging your heels back there? At least act as if you've got a purpose, would you?
Her makeup's very good, though. That's fun. Not what I usually expect to see. She's so goth. And look, I'm not one of your servants. Why don't you try carrying your own luggage for a change?
Thancred, you're back.
You lot are a sight for sore eyes. Yes, even you, Yoriange. Gaia and I have just finished shipping her personal effects from Yulmore.
I'm glad we could finally meet. Perhaps properly, I mean. So, did you learn anything useful?
Other than where she lives, not an awful lot. Her supposed neighbours barely knew the first thing about her. Hell, she barely knows the first thing about herself. Her recollection of her life in Yulmore is patchy at best. But she seems convinced that she'll regain her memory if she accompanies us. And so she invited herself to join our merry band. And for her first act, she ordered me to carry her luggage.
You feeling salty, buddy?
If you insist on standing around talking, might I suggest finding a place to sit down first? My feet are killing me.
You are wearing extremely spiked heels. I'm not surprised your feet are sore. Your shoes are so heeled they make your feet look like Vera feet.
Then perhaps you should have chosen more sensible footwear. Still, it's not such a bad idea, shall we?
Let's do a sit. Seriously though, those are some heels. I would fall on my face. I would so fall on my face.
Amnesia. 'Tis troubling, though not entirely unexpected.
I've got so many things I want to ask, but I probably shouldn't bombard her with questions. Kitten has something to say.
Well, I've given you my early impression of Gaia, but I'd be interested in hearing your opinion. Go on and talk to her and see what you make of her situation.
Alright, let me talk to her in the serious way of my people. Excuse me. I'm here to talk to you. Let's see if the cutscene takes me off the table. Yep. So you don't remember anything at all? Not attacking us? Not falling unconscious?
Such selective amnesia would rightly raise suspicion within those of cautious mind. Yet, if she doth speak the truth, it would lend credence to my current hypothesis, though admittedly some further. Not now, Oriange, she's only just woken up. We don't want to bore her back to sleep.
Thancred.
Road. In any case, I would prefer to follow my instincts, and they're telling me that Gaia means us no harm. After much deliberation, I thought it only right to let her know about our work in the empty as a sign of goodwill. After all, trust works both ways.
Hey, lady who invaded our top secret project and tried to shank us. We're working on a top secret project.
Though I'd ask you, Jacobi, not to let your guard down just yet.
Thank you.
So you're the one I'm supposed to have fought. Come to think of it, I recognize you from somewhere.
Maybe I just have one of those faces.
Or perhaps you just didn't make much of an impression. But to be honest, I do feel that since meeting you, those hazy memories are becoming slightly clearer. Like remembering fragments of a dream, only to realize those things actually happened. It's as though my whole life has been leading to this. You've timey-wimey mind. Thou speakest as though thou didst expect these events.
Oh, is she like Mikoto? Does she have the future echo?
I guess you could say that. It's what the fairy tells me. I can't see it, but it's as though there's someone else inside me, and I can hear its voice in my head. It whispers to me and lets me use its power. Magic, I suppose you could call it. Not that I know much about that sort of thing. And this power alloweth thee to tear open the fabric betwixt realities, that thou mayest call forth the aether-starved denizens of what remaineth of the 13th.
What's that? What? Was that supposed to mean something? Or are you just spouting random words at me? Yeah, she out her depth. Honestly, I don't know how you all put up with this. I've only just met him, and his insufferable prattle is already giving me a headache. Oh, she's a brat. Gods, I still can't believe I'm having this conversation. And to think that I was flying about in a suit of armour, waving a sword. That doesn't sound like me at all. Someone else inside you. Like Minfilia was inside me.
Or we had Ardbert. Aye, the similarities cannot be ignored. Though it is too early to say with certainty, Gaia may well be the Oracle of Darkness.
What? The Oracle of Darkness? What does this mean?
It means you may have been right when you said she has something in common with them at Selch. Those who have been used as a living host by an Ascian have no recollection of events that occurred during their possession. This I know from personal experience. Yep. But Gaia seems to have some memories still, even if they're a little hazy. Moreover, she has remained in control of herself even when she heard the voice within, much like you and Minfilia. Okay. And though Reen was very much her own person, Minfilia's presence did exert a change upon her outward appearance, granting her hair and eyes a hue akin to that of our dear departed friend. It is therefore not unthinkable that Gaia's raven locks may be a manifestation of the darkness which hath come to reside within her.
But I was born like this, and my parents, they both had black hair too. Or at least I think they did. It's been so long since I saw them, I can't remember too well. But enough about me. You're Minfilia, aren't you? The Oracle of Light, who they were hosting in Yulmore? Not anymore. That's right. Though imprisoning is a better word. They kept me locked away, and I didn't know much about Yulmore or its people or the rest of the world for that matter. Yep. I see. And how exactly did the Oracle of Light come to run with the Warrior of Darkness? Darkness. Well, it all started when... Story time! Yes, I still remember the day everyone went raving mad and Lord Valthry fled. Everything after that is still a blur, though.
From what Gaia's told me, she wasn't part of the mob that attacked us. But how was she able to resist Valthry's control?
Good question.
Mayhap 'twas the intervention of this fairy of whom she speaketh. As curious as that may be, we still don't know why she appeared out of nowhere as soon as Eden took flight.
This is true.
Excuse the me.
This is just a guess, but I'd say that the fairy reacted to it in some way, and for whatever reason, made me go after it. Yes, that seems like the only explanation. Wow. I don't know about you a lot, but I've had enough nattering. I'm going back to Eden. What? But why? The fairy wanted something from Eden, and knowing what that is will bring me a step closer to discovering exactly what has been living in my head all these years. Fair. That is a fair thing to want to know. Besides, my memories aren't going to restore themselves, and certainly not through idle chit-chat. So I'm going, and that's that. Decisive. Gaia, wait.
Insufferable. Utterly insufferable, and yet we can't leave her to her own devices. Come on.
Okay. Now I assume I go. Oh no, over there. Oh, you showed up, friend. Thanks. A good friend. A teethy friend. A chompily wompily wompily. Ta-da! Gotta arrive in style. Okay, I've eaten my cat food. Get away from me! Uh-oh, what'd you get into, kiddo? Wobble. The capital T and that rhymes with P and that stands for pool! Or in this case, a big old antlion, which are beetles, if I remember right. Kaya! It seems I have no choice. Yowza. Nuked? Did anything happen? Doom? Did she doom it? That was an experience. What am I? Goth. Other than that, don't know. Okay. I'm not entirely sure what I just witnessed, but I'm glad she's unharmed.
Powers befitting the Oracle of Darkness. Back in the source, portals such as those are all too common. But tearing open the veil between the 1st and the 13th is an indifferent matter entirely. We should be thankful that she's not of a mind to turn that power against us. For now. A most fascinating application of ethereal manipulation. The destructive blast did manifest a significant span of time after the initial casting. With sufficient mastery of such a technique, a second spell could be made despite the target at precisely the same moment. While it would demand exceptional ethereal control, its tactical potential cannot be denied.
Yes, Orioshe. Yo, Gaia. Hey. That's the cat. Something funny about clicking on my cat when I try to click on her.
What are you all gawping at?
I don't mean to stare, but it's not every day I see magic like that. So this is the power of the fairy you spoke of. Ever since I was a child, it has whispered to me, telling me what to do. That's how I came to use its power. Got it. But there are things I can't even explain. Holes ripped in thin air, terrifying creatures crawling out,
ghastly looking blades and armor appearing out of nowhere. But worst of all is the dark energy that comes from inside. Okay. This power, it feels as if though it's only flowing through me, and never truly mine. And even when it answers my call, it always takes a few moments for the spells to work. You're the beacon. So in summary, you don't have control over the magic. Well, it's not as if I ever tried to control it. I haven't made a habit of fighting wild beasts. Fair, kiddo. Unfortunately, it's part and parcel of traveling through Amarang. And while I understand that you want answers, you're not going to find them unprepared as you are. But if your heart is set on this, then we'll help you. Could y'all just ride my car? There's room. And then she doesn't need to walk. Reen, think about what you're saying. You're seriously considering taking Gaia to see Eden. Yeah. There's no telling what might happen if she loses control again. So the safest option is for her to stay away until our work is done. Somewhere we can keep an eye on her. You must realize it's for her own good. Depends on what you consider good. I must concur with Thancred's assessment. At present, we know precious little of Gaia's origins, and less still of her powers. If she is indeed the Oracle of Darkness, her presence may complicate a task already fraught with peril, placing our mission and her own well-being in jeopardy. In full knowledge of the risks, dost thou still wish to pursue this course?
Make an informed decision. I do. It wasn't so long ago that I was living in isolation, being held against my will. Maybe the people keeping an eye on me thought that was for my own good too. But if we shut Gaia away for our own convenience, we're no better than Vothri and Ranjit. Yeah, you tell 'em. I've learned that when someone is in need, we must reach out a helping hand, not push them away. Now it's my turn to do for Gaia what you've all done for me. Aww. Even knowing the danger that lies ahead, I won't choose the easy way out. This is the path I've chosen. Is that good enough for you? Yeah.
Well, can't say fairer than that. How about you, Oriange? The light of thy spirit doth burn bright. I think that's a yes. Mine apologies, my dear, but we felt it necessary to test thy resolve. Let it suffice it to say thou hast left no room for doubt. You're the worst, uncles. For what it's worth, Reen, I never doubted you. But make no mistake, the danger that Oriange and I spoke of is all too real. If you're prepared to go through with this, we'll be right there beside you.
That means a lot to me. Thank you. I couldn't care less who I travel with. But if we're going to go, then let's get going already. There's supposed to be some sort of craft waiting at the Southern Watchtower, yes? Come along then, and don't fall behind. Okay, Grumpy. Grumpy Goth Gaia. It's interesting the design elements they've kept between the two Oracle girls and what things they've decided to change. Let's see what Mount Roulette brings us. Chubbers. Enjoy the Chubber Chocobo. So wound. So floofy. Birdorbs. Birdorbs. Little Dorbaza.
Oh, wife, we should check when the next slime episode comes out and what nights the things we want to watch will be dropping.
The spring anime season is beginning.
Why couldn't you leave this craft in Montsook instead of all the way out here? Actually, don't bother explaining. Whatever the reason is, I'm sure it's something frightfully uninteresting. Let's be about it, shall we?
Of course I'm worried about what may happen when Gaia gets close to Eden. We'll keep a close eye on her. Make sure she's all right.
Though our circumstance hath changed, our mission most assuredly hath not. Restoring life to the empty remaineth our primary objective. It might be a bit of a tight squeeze with 5 of us, but we'll manage. Perhaps Orange can sit on top of our luggage. Or I can sit on someone's lap, because I'm the shortest. Ugh, shades of high school there. As usual, we should keep our sergeant here as brief as possible. Let's tend to business quickly.
Everything seems fine here as far as I can tell. As for Gaia, she hasn't started attacking anything yet, so we'll take that as a good sign.
I had hoped that during our absence the rebalancing of ambient aether might work further change. Alas, 'twas not to be.
Hey Gail. What up?
So, there it is.
I missed that some of my friends was on.
Eden, where I'll find the answers I seek.
Hopefully. Or something.
It looks remarkably the bringer of the flood, the first sin eater. Would it lead me to my past or my future? What awaited on the path ahead I couldn't say, but I had no choice but to take the first step.
First sin eater, you say. It looks a lot like you did when you first appeared, actually. The kind of female figure being held by a creepity beastie thing. Man. Alright, Gaia, give me a quest. Oh, wait, no, there's Nad. Alright. Let me just mute that for a second so I can listen. See how it's doing. Ooh, it really is obnoxious when I'm using my keyboard. Let's see. Well, that's interesting. Alright, it still says ad starting soon. Okay. Think I done now? Yep, I done now. I done. We run on and on and on. It's after my bedtime now. We're gonna take this quest and then I'm gonna go to bed and leave Gaia hanging.
Gaia is lost in thought as she gazes towards the silent giant on the horizon.
Hello, Reen. I know what it's like. It was the same for me. But I was lucky, because Thancred freed me from Yulmore, and I had a chance to see the world. More importantly, though, I met all kinds of people, and they taught me not to live in another shadow, but to be myself. Maybe one day you'll have that chance too.
Said your piece, have you?
Oh, Gaia, that was mean.
One day? What's that supposed to mean? I don't know how the great Oracle of Light sees such things. But for someone like me, who's only known life in Yulmore, there was no tomorrow. There was no future. Only the here and now.
There's only this, there's only now, no day but today.
And while we waste time on these meaningless conversations, I feel each moment of my life slipping away. Time, it won't wait. Not for me, not for anyone.
Okay.
I don't know how much longer I can hold on to who I am.
I'm sorry, Gaia. Maureen.
Gaia? That's probably not even my real name.
It isn't?
When Thancred asked me my name, I couldn't remember.
So,
that's when the fairy whispered to me, Gaia.
But if you grew up in Yulmore, surely someone there must know who you are.
Everyone I once knew had either disappeared or had been turned into sin-eaters. Those whose faces and names I still remember, that is. In the end, we found not a single person who so much as recognized me.
Ouch.
As far as I can recall, I've never been the most sociable person, but still.
Well, even if it's not your real name, I think Gaia sounds lovely. If you're happy with it, then that's what I'll call you. And if you're willing, instead of the Oracle of Light, please call me Reen. It's not the name I was born with. That's long forgotten now. But the one the people whom I consider family gave me.
Is that so?
Yeah.
So you do have like the same eyes, which is slightly terrifying. Well, as much as I'd love to keep up this chatting, there's something that's bothering me. I thought the fairy would have reacted to Eden in some way, but so far nothing whatsoever. From what I gather, it wasn't until Eden started moving that I appeared out of the blue.
Yep.
Perhaps if you were to actually try flying it somewhere, the fairy might break its silence? If you've got elements to restore, whatever it was, why don't you hurry up and get it over with? Okay, kiddo. She does need to learn some manners, but saying that feels like harsh. Also, okay, you're late. At once your ladyship is like, can we not make fun of her? Both of these are making fun of her. Aw. Whatever. Well, she's being blunt. We can be blunt too. You need to learn some manners. You're being rude. You need to stop wasting my time. Sheesh. Meh.
Alright, everyone, I think we've talked for long enough. If you're ready, let's make our way to Eden.
I guess we'll log out inside Eden. That's fine, right?
Oh. Tired. Yeah, well.
That's why this was going to be a short stream. Cause bedtime. Maybe if I can manage to get up in the morning and actually do a thing. Maybe not though. Save layout changes. Yay. Alrighty. My memories. I think they're slowly coming back to me. My mother and father would constantly blather on about how the flood of light could return to end the world when the least expected, and that we should live each day as though it were our last. They would often say, I wish this moment would last forever. That was until they were selected for ascension by Lord Vothry, and were never to be seen again. Since I had no other relatives, or even any close friends to speak of, I was left alone in the world. A past like that hardly seems worth remembering, does it? Reen's little chat with Gaia reminded me that, for all our obvious differences, there are things we have in common. I, too, grew up not knowing who my parents were. The day Louis Soir gave me the surname Waters was one I'll never forget. I'm assuming you've got a Garlean ancestor because you don't do Aether controls. Years later, it was under rather more desperate circumstances that I gave a certain young girl the name Menphilia. Little did I know then that it would end up crossing time and space, taking on a meaning I could never have foreseen, came to be passed on to one girl after another, binding them to a fate not their own. Oh, bud, that was not on you. In a sense, it may be said that I chose not only one, but two names for Reen. But by whatever name she's called, she's truly her own person now. And as central to our lives as names are, I believe that it isn't the name itself, but the bonds it symbolises that matter most. I've done some reading about the land swallowed up by the flood, but it's no easy task to find locations with a dominant element. I'm glad we have Urianger to point us in the right direction. Alright, Urianger. We gonna talk, we do the cutscene, and go to bed. Following the initial changes wrought by the release of water and earth, the empty hath displayed no further signs of alteration. Stability, some may call this, and be satisfied, but in truth it is passivity. A passivity stemming from light's ever-pervasive presence. If we are to break the status quo, we must needs employ a catalyst, a third element that shall rouse and stabilize those unleashed energies in activity. Therefore, I propose lightning. So the primal would be Rama? Yes? From what I've heard, he's a guardian of the forest and not particularly keen on conflict. But you've actually fought him, haven't you? Yup. We've been there, done that. Those are both wonderful. He's half man, half beard, and another half beard for good measure. I spent most of the time chasing after orbs with varying degrees of success. Half man, half beard, and another half beard for good measure. He's far beard, much bird. Yes, Thancred mentioned that he more closely resembles a person than a beast, unlike most other primates. And apparently he tends not to move about much. Yep. I'm glad to see our lessons have paid off. Well, it's like you say. If we want to call forth an accurate representation of the primal, I should picture it in my mind as clearly as possible. At the very least, it's worth a try. But the rest is up to Jacobi. It's worth a try, the rest is up to Jacobi. That's me! I tell you.
Gail, you struggle a lot. In order for this to work, you need to actually fly somewhere, yes? So rather than sitting in one spot while you exchange anecdotes, why don't you get this blasted thing moving first?
One must admit, the suggestion is not without merit. Green, might I suggest the Gandalf Thunder Plains as our next location?
Gandalf Thunder.
These plains, it is writ, were perpetually blanketed in storm clouds, the only source of illumination the ceaseless barrage of lightning. The ambient aether that lingereth there shall provide ideal conditions for the summoning.
What is this, the world map of 10? Thunder Plains. And that's where we're heading. Come on, Eden, you've got a job to do.
Or is there more than one Thunder Plains in the Final Fantasy franchise? Like, that's a lot.
This should be as good a spot as any. Alright, Jacobi, whenever you're ready.
Oh, don't make me do a fight when I'm super dopey and tired. I can log out now, right? Memories of Rama flash through your mind. Beard. Eden's verse Fulmination, now accessible. Okay, and with that, thank you for watching, tuning in, enjoying this, I hope. It is a fun game. I'm tired. That was interesting. I really need to actually log out in like Gridania so I can watch that cutscene with all the different people that I could have talked to, and didn't know that I'd only get to talk to one. So we'll log out there and let's raid somebody, because raiding is funsies. If it's just you and me, wife, maybe I'll just be like bedtime. Thank you, wifey. I love you. I will come hug you in a moment. To anyone else who watches this VOD later and somehow sits through to the end when I've sat in my weird little chatting mode, much love. Good night. Sleep tight.